set the world, but the fall's right there. Thought you was untouchable, living in your bubble. Now you crying like a punk, cause your life full of trouble. Cry liberal, cry, wipe them tears from your eyes. Celebrated death, now your job's in demise. Ain't no sympathy here, it's the West Coast cold. You reap what you sow, now you stuck in the cold. Cry liberal, cry, save it now. Tried to play the tough guy, but you folded like a cow. This the game that you chose, now you paying the toll. West Coast truth hitting hard to your soul. Keyboard warriors typing hate in the dark. When the light hit your face, you ain't got no spark. Talking about
you already know what it is, man. We are back here to search some more game on the ground for them Hungry Hounds and just get the pounds and ready for the next rounds. With that being said, y'all can see the title of this episode, this live, whatever you want to call it. We're going to be checking out MYRON games on the Charlie Kirk assassination.
the world, but the fall's right there. Thought you was untouchable, living in your bubble. Now you thought you was untouchable, living in your bubble.
Thank you. Anyways, that's what I wanted to bring up. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this, man. He's actually live right now, so we're watching this live as he's live as well.
Kirk was addressing the audience. The bullet's trajectory descended steeply and precisely through open space to strike Kirk in the neck, strongly indicating the use of a scoped firearm designed for long-range accuracy. After the shot,
And this guy did have some firearm experience. I think his parents like took him hunting and stuff like that in the past, so he knew his way around how to operate a rifle.
the shooter moved carefully from the sniper position to the edge of the building.
And that's what we saw him running from in this video footage right here, as you guys can see. That's when he jumps down. You can see in the beginning, seems like this is where he probably shot from, right here where my mouse is moving, and he ran all the way around and jumped out the backside.
There was incorrect information that he descended by ladder, but in reality he dropped down from the ledge. In doing so, he left behind palm and shoe prints, which were crucial for forensic analysis. Though some describe it
That's another big mistake that he made. That made me realize this guy's not no fucking professional.
as a significant vertical descent due to the sloped embankment. He used
Bro didn't even wear gloves.
his hands to grip the ledge and lowered himself as far as possible before dropping to the ground. The bolt-action rifle, identified as an older Mauser model, was still with him as he made his descent. Observers noted that he appeared practiced and did not discard the weapon at this stage, likely holding it in one hand or slinging it as he moved. After landing, he briefly limped, possibly from the impact, but quickly regained his...
And let's look at him here when he jumped off. So here he is. You guys can follow my mouse. Boom, he appears. Bro's a slow-ass runner, man. Dangles for a second. And boom, lands. Here he is right here. Fast forward this a little bit. So here he is right here, the corner, runs off. Is that all they got? Oh. So, okay, that's when he runs off. Looks like he's discarding something as he runs off. Or trying to put something away. And then to not bring too much attention to himself, he kind of walks off like nothing happened. Right? Notice how he stops running? Waiting across the street. And then, yeah, these are the stills that they got. Okay.
his composure and fled on foot into a wooded area adjacent to the university. Notably, palm prints and shoe prints left at the landing spot were documented by forensic investigators and proved vital to the case.
Yeah, he was wearing some Converse Chuck Taylors.
He walked all the way to this location, blending seamlessly into the crowd. The suspect in the Charlie Kirk shooting had a brief encounter with an excavator operator near a construction site behind Utah Valley University's Losey building. According to construction workers present shortly after the shooting, the suspect approached the construction area and asked the excavator operator if he could pass through. The operator informed him that pedestrians were not allowed on the site and stopped him there. The suspect reportedly responded calmly, saying he was trying to get home safely following the incident. This interaction took place before police and emergency responders arrived at the scene.
And keep in mind, guys, they arrested like 2 people before. Okay?
What a hoe ass bitch, bro. For real.
Before they grabbed this guy. So that gave this idiot plenty of time to get away.
The construction site, located near the wooded area where the sniper rifle was later recovered, was part of the suspect's escape route after he jumped off the rooftop and fled from the campus. Within the next few seconds, he ran across a grassy section and headed into the nearby wooded area, rifle still in hand, until he was beyond the immediate campus property. The rifle was ultimately found wrapped in a towel in the woods along the suspect's escape path, indicating he discarded it shortly after leaving campus grounds. But how was he caught? It all came down to digital forensics teams analyzing thousands of security camera
Again, guys, we're going over the official narrative first.
frames, matching Tyler Robinson's appearance, vehicle, and movements both on campus and off-site.
And guys, we got 7,500 of you guys in here right now just on YouTube alone. Do me a favor, smash that like button. Let's get to 5,000 likes, 6,000 likes. We will be transitioning over to Rumble and KIRK, but right now we're going over the official narrative so far.
He also left behind many digital footprints. When
Yes, I know you guys are saying no rifle comments, no rifle. I know, guys. I'm literally going over the official narrative. Then we're going to go into the other one.
law enforcement released campus surveillance footage and still images of the suspect, his clothing, and the escaped vehicle to the public. This led to over 7,000 tips flooding hotlines and social media platforms.
Yeah, ended up being like 11,000 when it was all said and done.
Additionally, messages between Robinson and his roommate recovered through the messaging app revealed plans about disposing of the weapon, its location, and unique engravings on the bullet.
Wasn't his roommate a trans that he was also fucking? It's just, you know, when I first heard about this, I already knew. Like, I knew the type of person that it was, whether it was one of them directly or somebody involved with them. I already knew what it was because I knew that they hated him because of what he said. It's crazy.
One casing read, "Hate fascist."
And also, just so you guys know, if you look at the footage, you can see him doing something here. You can see, look, you can see something long here to his left on the side of his leg. Let me see if I can enlarge that, blow that up for you guys a little bit. You can see, here's his left leg. There's something here that you can see right where my mouse cursor is. It's hard to see what it is exactly, but there's definitely something there that he's carrying. See if we can rewind it a little bit. So he jumps off, and then you can see something in his hand here. It's hard to make out what it is, but you can see it's in his right hand. Here he is again. You see it clearly in his right hand. Looks like he switches to his left hand. And you see him literally turning his body to the side to look at it. Hold on. Here we go.
Catch. A clear, direct political message targeting KIRK's conservative stance. But the key reason he was caught was because his own father made the difficult decision to sacrifice his own son and turn him into the police. It was released that Tyler Robinson, the 22-year-old suspected shooter of conservative activist Charlie Kirk, was captured after an intense manhunt lasting about 33 hours following the shooting at Utah Valley University. The critical breakthrough came when Tyler Robinson's father, Matt Robinson, recognized his son in the photographs released by the FBI. Matt immediately reached out to Tyler and urged him to surrender peacefully. At first, Tyler refused and even threatened to harm himself rather than go to the authorities. Seeing this, Matt contacted a family friend, a youth pastor who also serves as a U.S. Marshals officer. With their support, Matt was able to convince Tyler to stay put and cooperate with law enforcement. Now let's go to the arrest details. On the afternoon of September 11, 2025, authorities orchestrated Robinson's peaceful surrender at a residence in Washington County, Utah, roughly...
Yo, do we got retards in the YouTube chat? Yo, hey, dumbasses, how many times do I gotta fucking tell you idiots that we're gonna go over every theory? Right now we're going over the official narrative. We're going to get to the Mossad narrative. Chill the fuck out. Shut the fuck up and stop crying in the chat. A lot of you niggas are fucking smooth-brained retards. It's called looking at every single angle, then breaking it down. Right now, we're going over the official narrative. Shut the fuck up in the YouTube chat. Holy shit, you niggas are retarded. You guys are fucking stupid.
I feel it.
Holy shit.
I feel it.
We got some smooth-brained 40 IQ fucking morons in here. Talk about Mossad. Shut the fuck up. We're going over all the fucking angles. Holy shit, you niggas are stupid. You must be new here. What the fuck? Shut up. Shut the fuck up. God damn. Holy shit, niggas are retarded on YouTube, bro. What the fuck? Stupid ass niggas, bro. Coming in here saying, bro, cover the Mossad angle. Shut the fuck up. We just started the stream. We're going over the fucking official narrative first, and we're going to go into the Mossad angle, you fucking autistic dumbasses. Not these other streamer niggas. I'll tell you how you're stupid as fuck. Which you are, some of you niggas. Holy shit. Triple chin, mouth breathing, bacon grease sweating fucking retards in here. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, man.
33 hours after the shooting.
30 IQ fucking retards in here, bro.
Robinson offered no resistance during his arrest. On September 12, 2025, Robinson was booked into Utah County Jail charged with aggravated murder, felony use of a firearm, and obstruction of justice. But hats off to father, where even law enforcement officials and public leaders publicly credited the family's intervention for enabling an orderly, nonviolent arrest. To better understand this assassination, it's important to note that a similar pattern was followed where the assassin also imported his own rifle and rented a post office box. On March 13, Klein's Sporting Goods of Chicago received a mail order for a World War II surplus Italian 1891 Carcano, and the model is a 1938 rifle. The order totaled $21.45, $19.95 for the rifle, plus $1.50 for postage and handling, and was placed by someone using the alias A. Hidell. And the rifle, which came equipped with a 4x scope and bore the serial number C2766, and was known for its effective range of around 500 meters with accurate shooting capabilities up to 800 meters, depending on the specific model and shooter proficiency. It holds 6 rounds in its internal magazine, loaded using a 6-round end block clip. Before the shooting, at 7:23 in the morning.
Yeah, and you guys know I've covered JFK extensively. We all know Oswald was not the fucking shooter. There was no way he was a shooter. I've covered this in crazy detail with Corey Hughes, if you guys are interested in like the whole JFK angle. But yeah, he was also a patsy.
Oswald arrives at the depository with Buell Wesley Frazier. When asked about a long paper...
Hey, Robin Kobe, thank you for the 10 gifted, bro. I appreciate that, my friend. I appreciate that very much. Guys, it was $20 back in the 1960s. That's why it was a $20 rifle. They're talking about fucking... See, some of y'all niggas aren't even in here listening, bro. The same people that are retarded saying, where's your method? You guys aren't even keeping up with the fact that now they're talking about the JFK assassination.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. So I was going to say, what? And then I realized he started talking about Oswald and JFK. I was like, oh, okay, that makes more sense. I was about to say, there's no way this dude paid $21 for a rifle.
And that's why it was $20, chat.
Wrap package, he dismisses it as just some curtains. At 8:45 a.m., President Kennedy addresses the Fort Worth Chamber of Commerce. By 10 a.m., with the weather clearing, Secret Service agent Wynn Lawson removes the bubble top from the presidential limousine, Kennedy's way of staying accessible. Kennedy has made it clear he wants to be open and accessible. He prefers riding without a bubble top and without agents crowding the back of the limo. At 11:50, several co-workers see Oswald eating lunch on the first floor of the depository, just as the motorcade begins its journey through Dallas from Love Field. At 11:55, the motorcade departs Love Field, delayed slightly by President Kennedy's interactions with supporters in Dealey Plaza. At 12:29 in the afternoon, the motorcade turned onto Houston Street and entered Dealey Plaza. 1 minute later, at 12:30, it made a sharp left onto Elm Street, a downward sloping road. As the limousine entered the plaza, Nellie Connolly turned to the president and said, "Mr. President, it can't make you believe there aren't some in Dallas who love and appreciate you, can they?"
If you guys want JFK stuff, guys, I did a whole thing on this on here, and I think on Fresh and Fit. Okay, let me read some of these chats. We're going to get into keep going with what's officially being told. Okay, Freedom of Dark Knight says, freedom of speech is important, but I believe it's a privilege that should be used responsibly, not in a way that harms others to incite violence. That's from Dark Knight Kevo. Okay. OSS Bishop says, it becomes a conflict of interest. People in positions of power and health and safety should be penalized heavily for celebrating any person's death. It shows you lack of empathy and the ability to put your feelings aside for the greater good. Absolutely. Rue Rebellion says, by that logic, do you think many conservatives would want you as a doctor if they knew your beliefs?
Huh?
What?
Yeah,
What the fuck are you talking about, Rue Rebellion? Would many conservatives want me as a doctor if they knew my beliefs? I have conservative values. What are you talking about, Rue Rebellion? What the fuck? Okay. Hollow Point says, we love you, Frank. Yep. Tony Montana says, my ninja. You got it. Head Ass One says, I was a GM at a car wash making about 70K and I got fired because someone I was training started talking politics and I disagreed with their point and they only fired me because I had conservative views. Yeah, bro. They fire people on the right for way less, bro. Way less. Spider-Man says, hey, Myron, when you do future debates, will you take your security safer and how about sniper type threats? Yeah, I will definitely, obviously set myself up in a more optimal position. Burrow.
How about for future debates like that, you do them indoors instead of outdoors? You set it up like in like if you're gonna do, for example, if you're gonna go to schools and debate people, like colleges and whatnot, set it up in like the gym or something, like the basketball gym or something like that, something that's indoors that's not exposed as it would be outside for somebody to be able to sit up on a fucking building and shoot you like they did Charlie Kirk brothers. It's crazy, bro. It's just really crazy.
Says, just checking it in, big dog. I have an early start tomorrow morning, but wanted to stop in and show support. We'll catch this tomorrow morning. Fuck J-Tube, cut those brokies up. I hope you read it up. You mean rest it up, homie. I appreciate that, bro. Jared says, Myron, I don't know if you know this yet, but I saw something today about how there was a book on Amazon called The Shooting of Charlie Kirk that was published on September 9th. Yes, I did see that too. Jimmy Kick says, what you think about... /Graper. Thank you. Fresh Dog keeps looking more and more like an Israeli op. That's from Freshest Dog. Kumo says, G. Herbo co-signs Trump bringing the National Guard to Chicago. Hopefully this leads to more vocalization about stopping. We'll see. Akechi says, people in public trust positions can already get fired for celebrating the deaths of people. That is not related to cancel culture at all. It's a public security risk, not mere political opinions. Straight Starlight Med says, Charlie's security firm is worth looking into. Okay. Emorphous says, odd that Bibi took the time out of his country's ongoing to fervently text about Charlie. More importantly, Charlie was asking anti-Israel questions on Meghan Couple. Yep, we're going to talk about that later. Isaiah says, yo, Myron, if you read this, I just want to say thank you. I just joined the OSS because I love your content and I'm active duty military. So it makes it kind of hard for me to watch your live stream sometimes due to my schedule, but I make time when I can. Yeah, no worries, bro. Support whenever you can. Hey, Myron, I was curious and you may have missed it. Fuck you see? I don't know who's you say.
Huh?
Okay. Hollow Point says, apologies if you already mentioned, but Suleiman mentioned on his space earlier with breaking news. Tyler Robinson denies shooting Charlie Kirk. Really? Okay. He denies it. I know he wasn't talking to the cops at first. There was some talk about him cooperating with the cops. I know his, boyfriend is cooperating with the cops. But we could look into that. Matter of fact, at first. There was some talk about him cooperating with the cops. News. Tyler Robinson denies shooting Charlie Kirk. Really? Okay. But we could look into that. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and look here. Let's look. We're gonna cover, like I said, we're gonna cover the Mossad angle after. But let's see here. There was a neighbor that said that he saw him with this T person. Let's see here, denial maybe?
The man arrested in the killing of right-wing activist Charlie Kirk is not cooperating with authorities, Utah Governor Spencer Cox said on Sunday, as investigators work to establish a motive by talking to his friends and family. Cox said 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, who's being held on suspicion of aggravated murder and other charges, would be formally charged on Tuesday. The Utah governor told ABC's This Week that while Robinson has not confessed, the people around him are cooperating. They include Robinson's roommate, who was also a romantic partner, Cox said, citing the FBI. Cox described the roommate as a male transitioning to female.
Yeah, guys, I know the audio is kind of weird and it's only coming out one side. This isn't me. This is the New York Post weird fucking audio. Oh.
And incredibly cooperative. Reuters has not been able to locate the roommate or representatives for comment and could not determine who was serving as Robinson's legal representative. Robinson, a third-year student at Dixie Technical College, was taken into custody Thursday night at his parents' house after a 33-hour manhunt. Relatives and a family friend alerted authorities that he had implicated himself in the crime. He allegedly scaled a rooftop at Utah Valley University during an outdoor event and shot Kirk in the neck at long range.
All right, so if any of you guys got the link where he denies it, let me know. Capitalist Joker says, Myron, I think you and Matt Walsh are onto something by telling them to stop the infighting and unite the right wing. Imagine how powerful it would be politically uniting against the left. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. But people got egos, bro. Base Dave says, I hear rumors that the assassin followed and with that was persuaded by the grippers and FBI's. Nah, bro, it's bullshit, bro. It's bullshit. They just want to, you know, they're trying to hot potato this. RP Aware says, can you summarize everything that was happening in the Middle East the past few months? Haven't been able to tune into Streamline RP Charlie Kirk. Bro, you got to tune into one of the other streams, bro. I cover all that. Actually, matter of fact, you know what? I got a video for you if you want to know what's been going on in the Middle East. Literally, you go to my channel. I got a very good summarization of
Charlie
all of
Kirk
it.
is not cooperating with authorities, Utah Governor Spencer Cox said on Sunday, as investigators.
Just go on my channel, right? Myron Gaines, bam. This is the video right here. This video right here, where is it? Okay, right here. This is probably one of the most informative videos I got on the channel right now when it comes to the conflict. I go over every single fucking escalation that led to what's going on with the war. I'll drop the link for you in the chat right here. I'll drop it on OSS and YouTube. But in here, I basically start from 2018 and I work all the way up to September. So there you go. There's a link if you guys want to watch it. Timestamps are there, but I put the days, every assassination, every airstrike, every attack, every clandestine operation, all of it is here. Probably one of the most thorough and well done videos that explains the conflict. And I start in 2018. I started in 2018 and I worked my way all the way up until 2025. Okay? So go ahead and check it out, guys. If you guys really want to know what's going on with the Middle East, this summarizes it perfectly. And I specifically made this video for you guys so you have a reference video that you can go to that covers all this stuff. So, okay. Let's see here. Where was the rifle when he was making his way to the roof in the stairwell? There's no info on that anywhere. Some people claim it was in his pant leg. Or it was in a backpack, but disassembled. Gas says, smooth brain and 40 IQ. Yeah, I know, bro. We got some idiots in the chat. ENPNW, with your experience, is it possible to father or shooter himself cooperate with law enforcement to prevent death penalty? With the father? No, he's probably still going to get the death penalty, bro. Brewski says, just wanted to say thanks for always being a good... All right, bro. Let's see here. Question, do you think his dad will get the $100,000 reward money? I don't know. That'd be weird. Bro, does that have to do with the topic at hand? Guys, please don't send me stuff that's off topic and have me pull it up for no reason. Let's see. Yeah, this is one of the theories that's kind of weird, saying that like, oh yeah, he got shot by the side by a cell phone gun. That's one of the crazy conspiracies.
By what?
Cletus Van Dam says, hey, Myron, I looked up the definition of fascism. There are multiple core characteristics that left or even far left preach and even practice. Yeah, bro, fascism is a stupid term that the left uses every time to go after conservatives, bro. So, all right. Let's go ahead and cover. So, obviously, people were not happy with Kash Patel either. So let's go ahead and here's Steve Bannon talking about Kash Patel's handling of this case.
Did not step up to the microphone and give
Actually, no, we can watch this from the beginning and kind of react to it. You know the Young Turks are going to love this.
To apprehend the suspect in the tragic killing of Charlie
Again, guys, we're going over the official narrative first.
Kirk and falsely claiming that they had the right guy in custody the very first night of the shooting. FBI Director Kash Patel was really quick to rush out and brag about how quickly he and his team had worked during the press conference that happened earlier today. Take a look.
The arrest is a testament to the dedication of good law enforcement being great and partnerships in law enforcement, which I've tried to highlight as my tenure as the director of the FBI. There is no better relationship for law enforcement than the FBI to partner with state and local authorities, and you've seen it here.
Now, as you guys notice, if you guys have been watching my channel for a while, right, this is the typical thing. Every time there's a big case, there's multiple figureheads from different agencies there, and they basically glaze each other for like 5 minutes. And the reason why they do this, guys, is because a lot of agencies fight. They get into arguments behind the scenes with doing cases. So anytime they're able to, you know, be on one page and get shit done, they always praise each other. So this is why they do it. Now, for me, I understand because I used to work in law enforcement. I understand the behind the scenes politics that almost always happens whenever you have big investigations like this. But let's be honest here. The general public doesn't give a fuck. They really don't. So, you know, praising your law enforcement partners, say it one time and keep it pushing, bro. Because normies don't know or care, unfortunately. I understand and I appreciate it because I used to be in this line of work, but normies don't give a fuck.
Here in these last few days, I want to express my deep gratitude to the employees of the FBI, the men and women, the evidence response team tacticians, the special operators, the agents, the support staff. You have done monumental work in historic time when the public, who had a right to demand such an expeditious solving of an investigation, the FBI answered that call diligently, critically important to our nation.
And with that being said, you had the wrong dude, which allowed homeboy to escape for a little while longer. I don't know what's going to happen with him next. I don't know what they're going to decide to do, but whatever it is that they decide to do, it better be the best interest of serving justice for Charlie Kirk. That's a fact. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. Make sure to share with your friends, your families, your members, your enemies, your GAINES, and everybody else y'all know. If y'all want to continue watching, you got to go over to Myron Gaines' YouTube. It's Myron Gaines X. So I'm out. Deuces.